Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Charwell. It's the middle of spring. The poplars have finally come right. Time we got the baler and got them harvested. But before we do that, we just need to give a little bit of wheat to our chickens. So we're going to do that first today. And then we're going to head over with the Terra Track into the shop. Grab ourselves a baler. I think we're going to have to borrow a little bit of money for that. We've got 4,200, I think, to rent. We're going to have to rent the baler for a start. But I think it's going to cost us about 5,000 to rent it. I also think we're going to end up with needing it for longer than the initial hours rental, and that is an extra 2,000. So yeah. It's a fair whack of money it's going to cost us to use this. Thing is yeah, we need to get it done. We need to do it. Now, what I have discovered doing this, let's hop out of this, is that roughly when we need to plant stuff. So we're looking at needing, with it having coming ripe third week of third day of spring. That means that we actually need to plant. I think it's probably 3 days earlier. So we need to plant late spring in order for a winter harvest. So we're going to be doing the planting of the next set of poplars over the next few weeks. Probably at about day 5 of spring, I think we need to plant the next set of poplars in order to get a winter harvest off this year's set. Let's just pop into here. So as I said, we need to borrow a little bit more money. So this is going to take us back up to that 200,000 that I'm trying desperately to sort of not go past at the moment. And in here we have the baler. The WB55 from the Andersen DLC. Now, it's either renting this at 100,000, which is about 100,000, or trying to rent a forage harvester, which would be just too much. I think if I go back out and show you here, so if we have a look at forage harvesters, I don't have anything close to that kind of price. So we're going to have to go with the baler. Don't know how I'm going to pick these up at the moment. I think we might be able to, I think we've said before, we might be able to use something like this to pick it up. So there is that. We won't be able to sell these for quite a while yet either. So that is one of the things. But they won't diminish over time being left out in the rain, which is a good thing. So we're going to lease this for 5,074. We're not going to put the big wheels on it. And then we're going to put it on the back of this. Now, either of our tractors will run this baler. I just really love the Terra Track and think it would make a really, really good looking setup on this baler. So that is why more than anything I've gone for this way. And yeah, that works a treat. Actually, it looks quite small on the back of this. This baler has always looked big to me, and now I've got it on the back of the Terra Track. It looks small. That tells you something about this tractor. Having seen this tractor in person several times in real life, it's a big piece of kit, this tractor. And that baler actually now looks fairly small on the back of it. We may switch to the JCB eventually because maneuverability over power. The JCB, of course, is so much more maneuverable. But I just wanted to run this like this. So we'll do that. Gate thankfully opens in the right direction for what we want to do. And we're going to go and we're going to start on these small rows first. So bring this in here. Give ourselves enough turnaround space. Now, I've not got the front, there's a front bit that you can put on here that allows you to drive straight on these rows and do them. I've not got that. If we find that we need to, we can do. So let's unfold our baler. Turn it on. And I can't seem at the moment to get it to turn. So let's have a look. There we go. I had to do that with the mouse though, interestingly enough. Which means we need to take right mouse button off this, because that's just going to be a pain. Turn that off. Right, and lower it down. Oh, no. Lower it down. There we go. And see if that works. We're getting wood chips in. And that is working an absolute treat. Look at that. Brilliant. So now we want to turn it. Now this is where this kind of work begins to get interesting. We straighten up behind us. Reverse up to try and keep that as easy as possible. Turn it back out that side, and now we should be able to swing round and use the previous row as a marker for ourselves, like that, and in we go. That is great. As I said, that is working an absolute treat. Look at that. And we're doing really well in the. So that is 2 short rows we've just done there. If I turn this way, it should swing round. So at the far end there is a lot easier to turn round, it seems, than round here. So I'll bring this to lift it up, make it easier for us, and then swing this around. And this is where the maneuverability of the JCB might come in more handy for us, although we did get round that. So back out with the baler, drop it down, and look at that. I turned off my beacons because I don't need that running, and in it goes. So yeah, we've got a nice amount of spacing on here. That's working well for us. The baler is doing its job really nicely. We are so close. We've done next to nothing so far of this field, and we have. Oh, right, now that's interesting. We're full. That's why. So let's unload our first bale. Now this is where we start to run into an issue with doing the next row, and where I might need to get hold of our little JCB, because of course now that I've done this row and I've dropped that bale off there, where do I drive my tractor for the next row? I'll lift the baler. Oh, alright, reverse up a little bit. Turn my baler like so. So yeah, either I need to run on to the next row, or I'm going to have to go and get the little JCB. I think we'll have to go and get the JCB. I think we'll have to go and get our telehandler. Not our telehandler, our turning round and positioning. This is why you leave such a massive headland on this. I am going to have to go and get the little skid steer over to this field, because yeah, we now have a bale in the way. So let's jump over to our skid steer and go and get that. Right, here we go. Let's start her up. Now we don't have. We're gonna have to use our bale spike from our Warzy here. And I probably shouldn't drive this little thing on the road either. Right, jump out, jump back in. There we go. Ah, it had it there for a moment. Right, there we go. Just to move those out of the way. So yeah, there's no space for a number plate on this. I'm not sure if these are actually road legal, these little skid steers. We're taking ours on the road right now. I'm not sure we should be. But yeah, so we need to. This is the thing that we've come across now for the first time. Is having these having a skid steer on the farm means that we don't have anything with a front loader, and therefore I don't know whether we need a skid steer on the farm. We need something with a bigger that's a bigger setup, or whether you could get away with running a farm with this kind of thing on here. I mean, this is the thing, is that we're up till now we've been fine. It's just slightly weirder with this. But we can stack these up at the side of the field. There we go. Just to get that out of the way. We've got a nice area over here that we can stack these. So we'll keep our JCB here and do this like so. And then we can just keep on going with this. Doing our wood chips, and it's working really well. I mean, we're running at, interestingly, we're running at 4 miles an hour, which I'd expect higher. But having said that, our tractor could do with a repair, and probably could do with some more fuel as well, to be honest. Go in and down. So I think I might go and do that in a moment and get this sorted. We're very with behind a quarter of a tank I'm okay with, but it wouldn't be the first time we've run out of fuel on here. Right, there we go. That is full. Empty that out. Grab this. Take it over here. Right, so nice and efficient and working really quite well. I've got to watch out that we don't catch any of the other stuff, but it's we're going to get a lot of bales off here. We're going to get an incredible amount of bales off here. That's really, really good. Right, and round, and back down. And away we go. Now, there seems to be a few patches in this field where the crop isn't quite ripe. I don't quite know why that is. I don't know why there's like 1 or 2 things, because they're in places where we couldn't have well, where we couldn't have planted them any later or anything, so that's a little bit odd. But in general, it all seems good. We're not even going to get... I think we're going to have to do like an entire row and then go and collect up. Oh wow, that's a 99%. And that is not going to swing round how I want it to. Alright, come on. Not enough space? Not enough space. But we're okay. Right, and open. Nope, drop it down again, and it's going to immediately fill. There we go. So empty that out. And yeah, we'll do the rest of this row. Get into a position to turn around. And you can see, yeah. So we've got just a few there that aren't quite ripe and aren't able to be harvested. I'm not quite sure why that exists. I mean, we'll end up ploughing them in because we're going to plough this whole field in. But yeah, it's going quite well at the moment. We're not... These are not huge fields, and yet we're getting a decent, a good amount of bales, and we're not even that far into it. Alright, so I'm going to get myself a bit further into this field, get this job a little bit more done, and we'll come back and we'll see how we're doing with how many bales. So I think we're about halfway into the field at this point, and doing pretty well. We've got 14 bales out at the moment, about to get our 15th, which is going to be in a really annoying spot. We're going to have to go and get the little JCB and move this almost immediately. Come on, close. There we go. Right, because the trouble we've got, and this is actually turning out to be quite a time-consuming job, because one of the issues we have is that every time we drop a bale, of course, we drop it on a lane that we are driving on. So we end up in a position where we've got to get our little JCB each time, come and grab the bale, move it off the side of the field, and continue. Now, there is a way around this. There is a piece of kit that we can get that would mean I could drive straight up these rows instead. So you can see here, I can't get past this. So we head over here, grab this. And we've got quite a nice row of bales. Now, we've rowed them up like that because we can just drive along that and pick them up with the with an auto stacker. So that's my plan. We've got 14 in that row. Yeah, I think our auto stackers take about 14 of these. Let's just double check that. What do we have in a row here on the Andersen auto stackers? So baling technology, and there we go, round bale stacker, that one. So this takes 24 bales, so we can put 24 in a row in order to pick them up. I think, yes, otherwise it's 8. So yeah, 24 is what we're aiming for. So we can put 10 more bales into this row. There we go. And this is actually quite a good little JCB for this. I think this is the most we've probably ever used the JCB out of the yard. This is definitely the most we've ever used the JCB out of the yard. So we're just sort of stacking along this hedge here so that we can just drive up, pick them all up, and get them out the field with that auto stacker when we need to. Now, I don't think, as I said, I don't think these diminish in the rain. We're going to get quite a way along here before we have to drop another bale, I think. I don't think these diminish in the rain, so I think they're all right saved here. Now, several people on the last video have put in a comment saying that these automatically regrow in the same way as grass does. So if that's the case, I think we're going to abandon that second set. However, I think we will turn our other field of poplars back into an arable, because this does take an inordinate amount of time to do this job. To the point where I think we're probably going to have to do it over a couple of videos, or I'm going to have to do it off screen. Be interested to see what you guys think, whether you'd like me to see me do more of this, or maybe try and approach it in a different way, maybe by getting that front bumper and just driving through these. Because as I said, I don't think we're going to get much further today. Still really, really, I wish they'd always drop in the middle of the field like that. Very pleased though with the kind of output we're getting here. We are getting a solid crop off this field. Now the trick with this baler when you turn it is to try and get it centered. Do your turning maneuver and then move it into position for where you want it on the next row, like so. Drop it back down. Yeah, and don't forget to raise it. Actually, that is one thing with this bio baler. It's a lot easier to maneuver it if you've picked it up. There we go. Oh, we're not quite going to get emptied again. Let's see, this is... having to do this every time is quite a thing. Alright, come on. Get that out of the way. Now, one way to do it would be to not take them all the way over here, but just to stack them. You know, use this to move it out of the way a little bit. Probably take a little bit less time to do that. So just keep this in sort of in the middle of the field and move it across a bit. This is going to save us time later putting these here. Because yeah, we're already going to empty another one. Right, so it is a lot of wood chips we're getting off it. For a winter job, this would be absolutely perfect. In the middle of when we're trying to do our summer crop, or we're trying to seed our crop, it's a little bit more difficult. It's one of those things where I don't know if this crop, it's mid-spring, I don't know if this crop is going to come back quick enough for us to actually be able to harvest it when we want to harvest it. And that is the trick at the moment. If this crop does come back, it'll be great. If it doesn't, we're in trouble. See, there we go. Lift it up. Back us up. And this is why you leave a good sized headland on a field like this. Otherwise you just cannot turn around. But we're good. Oh, we've not lowered our baler. Quite a hard crop to destroy, this. You have to go and drive over it specifically looking to do that. And I drop another bale about here-ish. Back up and up. Like so. Now at the moment, these are not worth a lot of money. We are... Well, this is the thing. Had we been able to harvest these early winter, which was the original plan, they would have dropped at just the right time to give us a whole load of cash. As it is, we've got it early spring. We are in a position now. What? if I go the right way. We're in a position now where the actual time of year to pick these up or to sell these is wrong. I mean, the price is diminishing. It's early December or early winter time. I can show you actually. Best time to sell wood chips. There we go. Middle of the winter. We are on a very much diminishing amount. Right down at the moment. 250 pound a litre is what we're aiming for. It's currently at 140-ish. So, yeah, we need to hold on to these bales for a long time in order to make them worth cash. Now, here's another trick we can do to speed things up a little bit. We'll take 2 bales at once. I think we can. Get it right. I think we're a little low. Will this work? Yes, it will. Now, the one problem with this, of course, is that making our nice neat row at the other side, we're going to have to move one of these bales, but that's okay. This transports these over a lot quicker doing this way. Just pick this one up and put it into the line. So it is coming along nicely. I think though at the moment we're going to leave this here. We will pick this up again next time. Lots and lots of this left to do. And we will see exactly how many bales we get out. For now though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.